And highlight those things that you find so interesting and helpful to you. But we want everybody familiar with what we do here at Briar Lake, and these things are the same things that they're going to see on our online presentation of evidence. So what this means is that the questions that they ask are going to be from how they got to know us online. And so that would mean whatever I learned about you online, I want to hear more about it from you. So please know what that looks like and how you feel that you would respond to that. So thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. All right. So I'll share with you, just like it was shared with me, and it was very powerful for me for them to, when I went to my meeting today, because all teachers for the advanced ed accreditation that's going on as well in March. You remember the week before our STEM visit, all of the district will also have a review, and they've chosen 31 schools to participate and for them to go in and visit. We're not one of those schools. We think that I think they knew that we were going for the accreditation or the certification for STEM. So nevertheless, we weren't chosen for that piece. But all principals have to go in and be interviewed. The same panel interviews such as what we're doing here, I have to go there and participate in an interview. So with that being said, I wanted to share with you the same process that they gave to me, which actually was a little bit lifting and not as stressful, because it was Ramona Tyson that spoke with us and said that she understood that we have so many other things on our plates. And I want to share with you, I know you have so many other things on your plates. But the thing is that we didn't get this far without you, and we can't move forward without you. And it is your work that has brought us to this great place where we are, and it's going to be your input and your work that transcends us to the next place. So I want to let you know that you are valuable and we really need you. So thank you. This work is the work that we have to be faced with right now. So the first thing is 4 things that we're going to do. The first thing that is imperative to this process is that you show up. So on the 29th and the 30th, no absences. Please, please, please show up. And I'm not saying that to say that we have a problem with attendance. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that without you, we can't get it done. So it's important that we don't have any subs in the building if all possible. I understand we get sick, but you guys, I've seen you trudge through here even when you're not 100, and I do appreciate that. I see it, I notice it, and I don't think we'll have a problem with that.
On that note, if that's pre-K lottery day, we'll need hands on deck to help her. Just like you know.
Pre-K lottery typically takes you and the registrar, you all handle that.
Right, and you do the poll at 1 in the afternoon. And Mr. Hardwick helps as well. With
Okay.
copies and
Okay,
just like you know.
all right, thank you.
Did the date change? Because it sounds like it's going to be
Cross that out.
30th to
Thank you.
31st.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I didn't give you the copy that we made today. So if everybody right now, if you would hold your hands up if you hear me. Put a pen in that hand and go down to the back of that sheet of paper, cross out the date that's there, and put in the 29th and the 30th of March. That's our visit. I didn't copy it. Right.
The 28th and 29th?
29th and 30th. 29th and 30th.
It's not printed, so just write it on.
I'm glad to know I'm not crazy.
Y'all, it's on your presentation of evidence on your old form. I did not copy this last sheet. And I didn't copy it out of haste, and I knew that the date was wrong. I thought I was going to remember to tell you to change it. But thank you for asking that. It's on this sheet that we want you to change that date. And it may even be helpful for you to put it at the top of the sheet as well, 29th and 30th. And go ahead, please, and mark it in your calendars. please don't speak that out loud. It's confusing the staff. 29th and 30th of March, please.
Will they be located in the library by chance?
We haven't ironed all that out.
Okay.
So really, we have two things to consider. Pre-K lottery and Thursday. So we want to flip-flop Thursday, because the observation typically takes place on the first day, and then they gather the evidence and review on the second day. But for us, that's going to be Wednesday and Thursday, the second day. But we think that it's more powerful for them to see one, Siri, and her work that she does with the students on Thursdays. So we're thinking about swapping your days, so that you'll still get your Thursday, but it'll be on that Wednesday. It'll also open up our day for interviews. So your interview may take place during the time of your extended planning.
Do we interview as a group, or do we interview by ourselves?
Right, by myself, it's a little bit more intimidating. So it's gonna be a group.
So how is that gonna work if we have a teacher from every grade level? You know what I mean? Like, you see what I'm
I'll just take all the good.
I'm guessing they won't be observing us while they're interviewing, so should we just plan on splitting our kids for the interview time?
When we create the schedule, we're gonna take care of all of that so that they can make sure, they're gonna tell us where they wanna go, because they're gonna create their own schedule, like I mentioned before. But those interview times, we have to schedule, so that we can make sure that the parents are here, that we make sure the teachers can participate. So we have to coordinate all of that, so we make sure you guys are straight. So point number one is what?
Be here.
Be here.
Show up.
Be here, show up. Point number two, read and be very familiar with the presentation of evidence cheat sheet, this one. So because this is a lot of information, be familiar with it, but here's the task. Just find three things on here that you don't already feel comfortable with. So we want to grow in it. Don't identify three things that you're already strong in. I already know that. No, choose three things that you're not as strong in, and make sure you know that inside and out. Because you're gonna be sitting at a table together, and you're gonna be able to vibe off of each other. You're gonna be able to fill in holes where someone else may say something, and then you jump in. What you don't know, I do know, and we can pick up and support each other. Therefore, we'll have a constant flow in really painting a good picture of this, presentations of evidence and what we're doing. Then look at your review questions. That lime green sheet is broken into sections. So you have the students, you have teachers, you have the STEM committee, you have parents, partnerships, community partnerships, and possible questions. So in your space, whether you were identified as a person on that interview team or not, find your area of relevance, which would probably be that teacher area, and choose three questions that you want to become extremely strong in, and the same concept applies. Find out how you will answer that question, become very comfortable in it, and therefore, we can all come together. Now, for that team that we're gonna meet with just after this, we're gonna actually identify which ones we want to do, so we can make sure we're covered. And we're still not gonna be completely covered, because they can ask us anything, you know what I'm saying? So, it shouldn't be that difficult, because we didn't put anything online that we weren't really doing. So it's not a memorization, it's just it's almost like being in a job interview. You walk away and you say, darn it, I wanted to say, or I should have brought up. That's what we're trying to fill the gap with. No, don't grill them. Don't grill your students. So what's going to happen is, that we're going to bring those students together tomorrow, ask them those questions. We're going to make our own notes about how they just answered without this information. Because we don't want the children trying to remember anything. We don't want them memorizing anything. We want them to really speak towards their experience. Now, one good thing is that the same way we can draw our knowledge and say, oh, yeah, that is a parent support. I didn't even think of that. That's what this is, just so that you can refresh your thought process and where you're coming from. So what we're gonna do is share with you all of these, because you would still want to talk to your students in the classroom about it. There are some questions on there that they may be asked while they're in the classroom setting, and you want to share with them what an appropriate answer might look like. We also want to talk to them about not freezing up, being able to just talk about, no one's in trying to, judge them. They're trying to learn from them, and sharing with the students that we're just trying to learn. And it may be an unfamiliar face coming in, but their friends of ours. Do we have any more live screens sitting lying anywhere?
Oh, is there
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Oh, you gonna get your Band-Aid?
Do you want one of these? Do you have this?
Probably. You need any more?
no, I think we're going to, I was talking about the actual cheat sheet. that you
Oh,
gave.
oh, okay. Okay.
Miss Ward, do you want one of these?
I have one, thank you. That's the same thing. Oh, yeah, I want one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
Okay, where are we? Can somebody tell me where we left off, because my fingers hurt?
You would just pass these out. So we were talking about these and not having kids memorize answers.
Oh, thank you. All right, all right. We're also gonna call call parents in, and we think that's gonna be next Thursday to review with them. The same process that we go through with the students, we're gonna go through with parents and community partners. If you notice on this back piece, the biosciences component is online. It is a space of growth for us. This is something that we're looking to really incorporate through and through. Know that when you're speaking, that is an area of growth, and that would be that the students will be able to articulate biosciences. Right now, we know that they probably won't be able to, so I wouldn't push that on them because they would be stuttering, and that's not the case. The case is that this is new for us. We want to make, we found this as an opportunity to be very unique from any other STEM school, any other school actually. Because we don't know of, and even the guy that came out and shared his feedback with us, who was a part of Advanced Ed, noted that focusing on biosciences is actually very unique in a way that we can share that students are subgroup students, underrepresented groups, get this focus within Briar Lake that they wouldn't get anywhere else. How do we make ourselves unique and stand out and providing a service to our students that no other school provides? Yeah, just about all of DeKalb County is going for STEM certification, but they don't have what we have. So that's the point of knowing how do we build towards implementing the biosciences. All right. Yes.
I have a really sweet. The aquaponic pond.
Okay, Ms. Gail just said that the aquaponics pond, everybody is empty. All right, so how do we approach that?
Pre-K, sit there, alone,
Mhm,
and they pick up mine.
mhm.
They come up to me, but
Right, so the aquaponics pond, can anybody give me a story about the aquaponics pond and how we